All right, so the way we start out all of our sessions, regardless of what body part we're working on, is a little foam rolling on the upper back. So we're gonna get to the mat with our foam rollers to start with that. Also, all these classes are socks and shoes optional. We aim to relax here, so you can do that if you want. But so right now you're just cradling your head in your hands, letting your head relax into your hands, bringing your elbows a little bit together. That kind of opens up the space between your shoulder blades. And we're moving up and down the spine, just the thoracic spine. So that means you're going from about where your neck meets your shoulders all the way down to where you kind of feel like your last rib is. And we're just moving up and down in this area. And what you can do is, if you feel any area that feels particularly calling to you, like it's really tight, you can stop and just kind of hang out on that spot. Drop your head back to the mat and then bring your chin into your chest, kind of just arching back and forth over that one spot. But if you're not feeling anything in particular, you can kind of just roll up and down anyway. So like I said, this is how we start our classes usually, for a minute or two, just kind of talking and foam rolling like this. Today, we're gonna actually spend about 3 or 4 minutes like this because this is directly related to the body area that we're working on today. So today is lat and back loosener. So a lot of loosening in the back today. And honestly, one of the best ways to get that started is just what we're doing right now, up and down the thoracic spine. So the lats are on your back, but also kind of on your side. But I chose to include them today because they are a muscle that when it is tight, it does affect the tension in your back. So I'm gonna teach you how to work with that today, get that loose. But right now we're just going up and down that mid to upper back area. Any areas you want to stop, take your head back to the mat, drop your chin into your chest, go for it. All right, so remember, always remember to be taking deep breaths as we're doing this. I will be giving lots of reminders to breathe today, as usual. Sometimes when we're stretching or doing the foam roller and things get a little tense because we're working on an area that needs it, it's easy to hold your breath or forget to breathe properly. So I am here for you with reminders on that. Okay. So we'll keep foam rolling, but I'm going to talk about the first thing we're going to do here today. Usually what we do is foam roll an area and then stretch an area, and that's kind of the order of things to get things loosened up. Today we're going to do a little spinal rotation work. So just a way to loosen up the spinal joints, especially in this area where you're foam rolling right now in the upper back. It's a nice way to begin the loosening up process. So if you can set your foam roller to the side, and what we're going to do is get onto all fours. And you're going to take your right hand and just loosely place it over your right ear. You're going to take that elbow up to the ceiling as much as you can, look up to the ceiling as much as you can, and then you're going to drive that elbow all the way under your body to your left side as much as you can. And so what this does in this particular position here is you're getting a lot of great spinal rotation in your upper back and your thoracic area. And anything that may be a little creaky or tight in that area can really benefit and loosen up from this kind of motion here. Okay, and we're going to switch sides. Left hand on your left ear. And you're pointing that elbow up to the ceiling, looking up to the ceiling as much as you can. Then you're driving that left elbow under your body to your right side. So we're just back and forth there. All right, one more time on each side. Right hand on the right ear, elbow to the ceiling, and then under the body. Okay, and we are switch back to that left side, elbow up to the ceiling and driving under the body. Okay. So what we'll be doing next is I'll be showing a really nice stretch for this upper back area using your chair. So if you want to, go ahead and head to your chair. And I'm going to scoot my chair just a little closer to the screen so you can observe better what I'm doing here. What I'd like you to do, get about a foot out from your chair. I think your knees are about a foot from the chair here, maybe a little bit more. And you're going to place your elbows on the chair like this and just let your head sink through between your upper arms. So your elbows are only on the edge of the chair, kind of there. And what you do is you sink like you're trying to sit your butt on your heels. And that last part where you drop your head through really starts to give a nice stretch through the shoulders and the upper back. All right, so this is just going to hang out here. How's that sound? A couple deep breaths and enjoy the feeling of this stretch. Okay, a few more seconds here, just sinking into the stretch. Really try to push your chest to the ground a little bit to intensify that stretch if you feel like you need that. Okay. Okay. Guess what? It's picture time. So have a look at the screen here and I will show you what I made for you. Okay, we're gonna start with the lats. So take a picture, take a look at the picture on the left. And what I have done for you is I have put some ladders on the body. So those of you who've done stretch and roll with me before know I like to occasionally do something that's kind of punny. This was the best I could think of for lats was ladders, ladders. So those ladders on the side of the lat are marking where we're going to work on the lat. So you can see the lat goes all the way from like the armpit area down to the low back. Really the area we're gonna focus on is kind of more the upper half. So starting just below the armpit and then working like halfway down. So just keep in mind where those ladders are, and that's going to be the general area we are focusing on for the next foam rolling movement. Okay, so what we're going to do is going to be on our side, and the foam roller is going to be, you want the edge of it to not be too much farther forward than your body. So in other words, not like this, but more back like that. And so we're going to work with it here, 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 kind of like envision the ladders. So if you want to watch me here, this is what we're going to be doing. So you can kind of rest your head. If you want to put it under your right lat, rest your head in your right hand. So right now, that might feel like a lot of pressure to you. If it feels like too much pressure, all you need to do is take that left hand and push against the mat a little bit. That'll help you lift your body off the roller just a little bit. But if you don't need that, you can just find a spot below your armpit on the side, and I'm going to have you roll forward and back a little bit. So this is kind of rolling your hips and your torso forward and back, just an inch or two, not a lot. This can be a pretty sensitive area. So like I said, if you need to have less of your body weight on the foam roller, just press up a little bit against the mat with that left hand, and that'll take some of that pressure off. But you saw more than one ladder on the picture, right? 3 ladders. So what that I was trying to indicate by that is we're going to move down an inch or so at a time and find different areas. Everybody may have some sensitive areas here that you want to work on a little bit more. Find some areas that work for you. So move that foam roller down just a hair. And now you want to continue that rocking back and forth motion. And I know everyone on the screen now has just done stretch and roll today. So actually some of this, like doing the push-ups and the smiles and stuff, some of the arm work we did today, this actually might feel kind of good as a nice loosener for some of the work that we did today. So go ahead and move that foam roller down a little bit further. Like I said, we're only gonna go maybe like halfway down the back. So once you get to like your chest level, you're not gonna go too much further below that. And you know, everybody's going to have a comfortable area to work on in this. And so if it starts to feel like it's just too much pressure in one area, or it doesn't feel right, just move it up or down an inch, because we're all coming with different backgrounds and bodies, and who knows what's going to feel best to you today. But you just keep working here, back and forth, keep moving it an inch or so, and rocking your body forward and back. Okay. All right, let's try that on the other side. So this time we're moving that foam roller under the left side, supporting your head with that left hand. And you're rocking your body forward and back here. So this is definitely one of those areas, like I said, it can be a little sensitive, so don't forget to breathe. Take some deep breaths here as you're working through this lat area. Latissimus dorsi, such a fancy name, right? That's the full name for this muscle. So move, go ahead and move that roller a little bit if you haven't already. You know, and everybody, I want you to just kind of do your own thing here as far as, you know, you don't have to necessarily move the foam roller when I say to move it, because you may be feeling, you may find something you didn't know was there and really feel like it needs some work, and you just want to hang out in that area the whole time. That is fine. So just encouraging you to work in whichever way feels best to you this morning. All right, a couple more seconds here. And it is important to support your head here, because if you don't, then you're gonna just feel a lot of neck strain from holding your head up on its own. So don't forget to give yourself a nice little hand pillow with that left hand as you're rocking back and forth. Okay, so we have worked on those lats, gotten them a little loosened up. We're going to go stretch them now. So you'll need your chair again for this. And what I would like you to do is assume a similar position as we did for the last stretch. So kind of kneeling in front of the chair again. We're going to start by stretching the left lat. So I want everybody to take their thumb, place thumb down on the chair. This is the orientation that you want to do. You want to slide your hand diagonally to the opposite side. So you're going to you have a back of the chair the right side of the back of the chair. So I'm going to reach diagonally, kind of cross your body, hold on to that back of the chair, and just let your chest sink to the ground as much as you can. And as long as that left arm is nice and straight and you're holding on, you don't have to hold on tight, but as long as you're holding on, you should feel a really good stretch up through that lat area that we just worked out on the foam roller. And I know some of you are not working with chairs, you have other kinds of equipment. So just the important part is really not reaching straight ahead on something, but reaching across your body like this. So whatever you have holding on to, taking that left arm and moving it to the right to hold on to something is what's really going to target that lat muscle on your left side. Okay, and now we're going to go the right side. So here it is, thumb down and grabbing onto the other side of the chair. So that right hand is reaching across the left side of your body to grab onto the chair. And the thumb down orientation is important because once you twist your thumb up towards the ceiling, that kind of changes your shoulder joint position in a way that doesn't quite get the lats as much. So we're just giving ourselves the best position to feel that stretch in the lats. This is on the right side. Okay, all right. It's picture time again. You saw another picture there, so we're going to take a look at that because we are getting into the rhomboids next. So I'm going to give you a visual of that. All right, take a look at these white circles here. So those are your rhomboid muscles attaching, going from your spine to the edge of your scapula. And I put the white circle on the edge of the scapula because that's where we're going to be working, is where those muscles come in and attach to the edge of your scapula. So you can keep that area in mind. That is where we're going to be placing the edge of the foam roller right off the border of that scapula where you can see those rhomboids attaching. So what we're going to do is we're going to be on our backs, but I'm just going to kind of place the foam roller on my back to give you another visual. We're going to be like, if we're working on this side rhomboid first, what we would do is take the edge of the foam roller and get it right in that area where you saw the white circle on the rhomboid muscle. So right off the border of the scapula there. So go ahead and lie on your mat. Let's work on the left side first. And if you want, you can even get that side, that edge of the foam roller onto your left scapula and then scoot yourself to slide until you feel like you slide off the edge of it into more of that fleshy area against the border of it. We're going to have that same kind of cradling your head position where we started out with today, elbows together. So once you feel like you've got that edge of the foam roller into the muscle against your border of your scapula, what I would like you to do is take that left elbow and drop it to the floor and come back up towards the ceiling. So you're just kind of like you got a little like chicken wing that you're making a chicken wing motion. And that is a little active release technique. We do a lot of active release in here, but you're just kind of moving that muscle against the pressure of the foam roller to give it a little massage there. And so you want to play around with this a little bit, move up and down a little bit along the border of your scapula. and adjust, chances are you'll find a particular area. This is a very common area to get tension and knots. You'll find an area that really feels like it's calling to you to work on, and you can hang out there. But you're just winging that arm in and out, really working. And this can do wonders to release upper back tension. If you've been driving or sitting or something that just makes your upper back tight all day, getting on your foam roller at the end of the day and just doing this for a couple minutes on each side can make such a difference. So make a note, this could be helpful for you. So you're just moving up and down or staying on one area as you move that elbow in and out. If you do have a longer foam roller, sometimes with this motion, it kind of wants to scoot out from under you, and you can place your other arm that's not flapping in and out on top of it to kind of stabilize it, if you need to do that. Let's switch sides here. So we're going to put your foam roller, the edge of it, on the right scapula, that right shoulder blade area. And then scoot yourself off till you feel like you're no longer on that shoulder blade, but in that little fleshy area off to the edge of it, more towards your spine. So we're working that edge of the foam roller into that area, and we're pushing the elbow down towards the floor and then bringing it up back towards the ceiling. All right. Deep breath. Okay, now I'm going to give you a little different motion to do with your arm, and we'll go back to the other side and repeat this, but your foam roller's in the same place. You're just going to take your hand, palm facing the ceiling, and push it above your head as much as you can. So we're basically just, with this motion, rotating the scapula, which in turn kind of pulls that rhomboid muscle back and forth over the foam roller. So it's just kind of a different plane of motion to work at. We're still working on that same rhomboid muscle, just in a little different way. So make sure you are holding up your head with your other hand, if you can, so that you don't use a lot of neck muscles to strain yourself to hold your head up. Good. All right, so now we're going to try that motion on the other side. So back to the left side with the foam roller. Take the edge of the foam roller on top of your scapula there, and then move off to the side towards your spine until you get into that little fleshy area you were working on before, and dig into a spot with the edge of that foam roller against your scapula that feels good. Maybe it's a good hurt, but it's a good feeling. And then you're taking that hand up, palm is facing the ceiling, and you're pushing past your ear up above your head. Got a really relaxing stretch for us coming up next to end things off. So we'll be stretching out these rhomboids and the shoulder in general. It's like a shoulder upper back stretch. and we'll be hanging out for like a minute on each side. And I think you'll really enjoy how that feels following this massage area that we're doing here. Okay, so you're gonna set your foam roller aside now. Come onto all fours. Take that left hand, palm facing the ceiling, thread it under your body. Place your head on the mat, left ear on the mat. And you want to just hang out here and relax. Enjoy that pulling feeling. So that left arm is straight, driven under your body. And let's hang out here for a minute and really enjoy this stretch. Couple more deep breaths. Okay, let's take it to the other side. So now your right hand is going to go underneath of your body, palm facing the ceiling. Right hand is driven under that left arm. Right ear is on the mat. Getting as much of that right shoulder in contact with the mat as you can. Make sure your left arm is relaxed, like your forearm is on the mat. Just really sinking into this stretch and taking a few more deep breaths here. Okay, all right, we've done it again. Thank you everyone for joining me today. Our next stretch and roll class will be on Saturday at 11 a.m. and we're going to be doing a chest opener class, so mostly chest focus, how to get things opened up a little bit better. And enjoy your Monday. Thank you.